I'm Kat Valyi, the CEO of CV Strategic Marketing Solutions, and this is the Healthcare Marketing Mindset Rehab, where we discuss and unpack how changing your mindset and infusing practices into your marketing can transform your healthcare B2B marketing. And I also share some other insights from my past to help you potentially be a better leader. Okay, so let's dive into our discussion this week. We're going to talk about why CMOs or leaders in the marketing space have such a short tenure in the B2B space. Many times it's because of the thought process, or that people need to change their mindset about what marketing can accomplish and in the time frame it needs to be done. You have to be more realistic about it. So let me tell you a story. So imagine an organization, they have either limited marketing or they have more tactical marketing, so they put it under sales or they outsource it. What they notice is that their competitors seem to be really excelling in their brand space, whereas they seem to be just standing still. And what I call that is that they're experiencing a marketing deficit because they're not doing something that's very strategic, pointed, and that all their energy is focused in one particular direction. They're kind of spattered around and doing different tactics based on whoever is asking for that particular tactic. It's just less effective. So the frustration from the CEO or the board is, and sometimes even from sales, is that marketing is not effective because it's just not getting them what they need. But really, the problem is that they don't have a strategy. So they hire a CMO or VP of marketing, and the marketing person starts to pull together a strategy, starts to really learn the market. They do all the upstream marketing activities that need to occur in order for them to plan and execute quality marketing. But people are really looking for the downstream type of activities, the tactics. That's what people tend to think is marketing. So while this CMO is trying to fill that deficit that occurs, they're getting stress from the outside saying you're not working fast enough. So many times a CMO or a VP has to then maybe hire more people, because in order for them to work faster, they have to infuse more dollars, get more help, maybe farm out some of the activities that they're doing. And so the cost of producing the marketing becomes even higher. And let's not forget that a CMO and a VP, there's a high ticket price to those folks because they bring a lot of value. But people are just looking at the downstream results and they're just not satisfied because they want it to happen like overnight. That's not, especially in the B2B space, there's a little more churn that needs to occur in order to catch up. But the good news is that once you fill the deficit, the growth then starts to happen exponentially because people start to know who you are, your brand starts to expand. But the important thing here is consistency and relevancy of your message. Does it match your business goal? Does it match your direction, etc.? But while your CMO is trying to get to that point, if they're not reaching it fast enough, many times there's a need to cut costs or whatever, and right away the marketing tends to go first, which is a mistake because they're the part that's reaching out to the clients. They're the or potential clients. They're the one that's creating the message. They're the one that's helping create a consistent look and feel and programs that will help bring people in. Nevertheless, they tend to be tossed out because the mindset is not right about how marketing works. So they toss the person out, and two things can happen, right? They can put marketing back under sales and say, let's just get tactical, or they put it out to an agency, or they bring somebody new. So if they go back to how they were doing it before and go tactical, the deficit is going to grow again because they're not doing consistent strategic marketing activities that will help them get to their results. Or they can bring in someone new. That person then has to do their upstream research. And then that whole cycle of, the CMO's not working fast enough, and then they go. So it's almost like a cycle that really begins with the problem of understanding that marketing is more than tactics. Marketing really is about creating all the core touch points that happen throughout the buyer's journey, and then after, even when that person becomes a client. Understanding that and really putting that into your thought process, and having marketing as a functional team that works with sales, operations, customer service, HR, all of them, it will create better outcomes. One of the things I do is I have a 3D strategic marketing approach that focuses on the upstream and the downstream, all to create content for a single page marketing strategy. I mean, I have all the data behind it, but ultimately people want to see just a single page strategy. It's less confusing. It makes them feel like they don't have to read as much, but it's really a roadmap to help you be successful. So when you're wondering why a CMO is not successful or why their tenure is so short, it's because the expectations are not planted in reality of what they can do or what they must do in order to create the proper marketing plan for you. If you understand that there is the upstream marketing activities, which I call define and design, and then there's the downstream, which is what I call deploy as part of my 3D strategic marketing approach, you will have successful marketing. Actually, look at companies that are successful, and those are the ones that allow the CMO to go through all these steps to then create the plan that will bring forth and support the business goals. So that's my thought process of the day. I'm wondering what you think about that, and if you've seen that challenge with CMOs. Again, I'm Valyi. I'm the CEO of CV Strategic Marketing Solutions. I help healthcare B2B companies transform how they think about marketing so this way they can be more successful. Until next time, thanks you for joining me for another episode of the Healthcare Marketing Mindset Rehab.